Hello, this is Jeff Byers. We're going to continue on with our PaintFX tree. We'll kind of start where we left off with the other video where we had changed or converted the PaintFX into a polygon. So now when we select the tree, you notice that we have our branches and leaves. So if we look at that and we look at the texture, UV texture editor, let's go ahead and go in here. Notice that the UVs are laid out. So if I click on faces and select all of these, it should select all of the tree. I'm going to hit the 4 key for wireframe. As you can see, it selects all of the branches and the trunk and everything. So the UVs are laid out, which is really great, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead and get back into object mode. What we want to do is, depending on how close the tree is going to be, or how close you are going to be to the tree with the camera, you notice we've got a lot of interpenetration with the geometry. Again, it's just really sloppily done because PaintFX uses tubes, and these tubes are not one single mesh. They're a bunch of tubes or tube meshes together. So if you get close to the tree, it's going to be very noticeable and look pretty ugly. Far away, it's almost impossible to see, but if you get closer, and we're unfortunately going to get pretty close to the tree, probably something like that, and that's noticeable right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a way to kind of minimize these seams in here and show you some techniques that I've done in the past to kind of help clean that up. Anything above a certain height you don't have to worry about. But we will start with this stuff here, where we've got an edge that's clearly out. So I'm just going to double click on that and just scale that in a bit so it kind of fits within that area, so we can kind of minimize that. And let's go to the next edge and let's minimize that one too. These parts right here. A lot of times I'll try to cut an edge loop in here where I think this branch is going to connect, and just do a quick try to save this piece here, geometry, and I'm going to do an insert edge loop tool. I'm going to insert an edge loop. Control Z back. Let's get on that. There we go. Right there. And try to move these points. I'm going to go to 4, the wireframe. I'm just cleaning up any vertices that I think are going to be, that we can manage a little bit better, and let's connect them. So now I'm going to go ahead in here and hit the 5 key and try to move these vertices over. So I'm going to hit the W key. Okay, and hit the V key and try to snap that. There we go, to that one. So I'm going to go around here, hit the 4 key so I can see the vertex, and then I'm going to hold the V key down and snap that to that one. As you can see now, I'm just kind of going in there snapping verts around, and you notice that it will kind of make it fit a little bit better. And we're not doing a whole lot of work, just kind of just so that one piece isn't just looking like it's sticking in. And so once I get that, I'm going to go to V. V is snap. I'm going to hold down the V key and then snap that point. There we go. So you can see now that's kind of snapped around. There we go. Okay. Now, if you want a seamless piece, it gets a little bit trickier, because then you got to figure out how many vertices you have, 2 vertices you have to snap to, and let me show you how to do a seamless one. Okay, sometimes it doesn't snap very well. Okay, and that one seemed to snap pretty good. Okay, let's get the rest of them here. How many more do we have? Let's move this one back up. And we got some more over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces. So it's just trying to find where you're going to snap all these pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to snap that one to this one corner right here. There you go. Whoops. Alright. And a 4 key. So when you do this, you're just going back and forth. I'm going to snap it to that one. There we go. You'll have to go inside the tree and delete that face you created. Now, not a lot of times it's very hard to see what you're doing, so I'm going to go in here and separate this real quick. Mesh separate the tree into its different parts. Okay, and this could get a little tricky, but what I'm going to do is I just want to get this piece, okay, and I want to get it out of the way. So one of the tricks that I've learned is this is zeroed out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these are zeroed out. I'm going to go ahead and go to Modify Center Pivot. I'm going to go into that one, Modify Center Pivot. Okay. So if I move this out, I can just easily move it back again by hitting 0 and then weld everything together. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to move these pieces out just so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I can get an idea of what I'm attaching to. You can see that I've got kind of an attachments thing going on there. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to wireframe, make sure wireframe unshaded is on. Like I said, this gets a little tricky because I want to make sure I get all my vertices connected to this. Sometimes it's very difficult to do. If I look inside here, I'm going to have to go to these faces here and delete these faces that it's connected to at the very bottom, so I can get a seamless piece out of this right here. You can see I think I've got some vertices over here to weld, so I'm going to select the object that I was working with, go to vertex and snap this one to this one and move around and snap this one to this one. There we go. So now I think I've got a nice solid piece here. Okay. So when I actually go in here to vertex mode, I can go and select all these vertices here and weld these together. So I'm going to go ahead and weld these two together, combine. Okay, and then I need to weld, merge all these vertices here that are occupying the same space. So I'm going to go ahead and just select all of these. It won't hurt anything. It's a fast way of doing it. And because they're on top of each other, I won't have any problems merging like this. 0.01 is good. There we go. So now when I select this, highlight that one vertex, I just get one. Now this is the reason why I'm doing this, is because now I can hit the 3 key and it gives me a smooth iteration between what we had. That gives us a nice smooth looking tree. You see those branches now look more normal. So now I'm gonna go back to 1. I'm gonna click on that and put that back. Okay. To 0. And so now you can see how that I connected that branch to the tree. And when I'm all done, I can do a smooth, and that will give me a really nice looking tree. Again, because from this direction the tree will look really nice because all the other seams are hidden. So I just need to make sure I select this and select all the pieces now of the tree. I'll select the leaves and let's put those in a layer. Turn those off for now. And because all these parts are all separated now, it's the only problem with doing, separating stuff. You have to combine it again, and you'll have to do a couple things. You'll have to combine it. Okay. And then I do a quick merge with a very, very high tolerance threshold. So I go in here and go to merge, and I'll set the threshold to P.001, and I want to go into the very top small pieces of the tree, right around here, and make sure they don't close. And they didn't, so I still have the tree. Also want to look at how the UVs are. Okay, we got some changes here with UVs. Okay, I think we should be okay. Let's just look at the bottom and see if there's any changes here. I'll select the faces up in here and see where those are at. See what happened. Go to face here and select those faces there. Those are all the tips. I'm not worried about those. That then is a problem. Looks like they closed up there, right at the very tip. So that's fine. I don't care. So I'm just double checking that. Everything else looks really good. Bottom looks good. Okay. All right. Excellent. So that's how you fix a tree. The geometry of a tree. That's fairly simple. And then when you hit the 3 key, of course, that piece will look really nice. Okay. So you could actually continue doing this with the rest of the tree, so the tree branches don't look like they just come out of nowhere, like that. Okay. That looks kind of weird. But when you have a branch so low and you're going to see it, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal to make sure that is taken care of. And you will have to, unfortunately, go in here and do a smooth, but that helps things out a little bit, makes it a little bit nicer to look at, a little smoother. Okay. So that's how you clean up your geometry and get the tree looking nice. And we'll come back and we'll UV texture map it.